Right guys, here we go. That's me drill press I've got here. Started putting the stuff together. Still got lots to do in here, but I need to get these batteries sorted out for the washing machine going there. Got my electric 240 in on shore power at the moment. Water heater switch there. That's the electrics I'm pulling in at the moment. That's my galvanic isolator, what they call it. That's my shore power coming in there. Comes in through there into a 40 amp breaker. Then will be going to the grow watt inverter, and might pay me to open the windows, just get a bit of light here. I think we're a bit in the shade. Let's just open my back doors so the sun's come out. That might be better. There we go. So that's the grow watt inverter that we're using there, all ready to go. That's the dongle on the bottom for communicating to the internet. That's the fuse box. That's all the cables going throughout the bolt. I've done everything in conduit, because if you get a problem with a cable or anything, you can always pull it in and out. So if you want to upgrade the size of a cable or anything, it's possible to do it. Right then, so that's that there. Right, here's my stairs. This is a limited access stairs I built. Quite nice to go up and down. They're not too bad for me anyway. I find them all right. Right, let's just open that one up so I can get you in shot. There's the stairs there. Let's open this one up. They lift up. Like that. At the moment, that's just being propped in there. Yeah, so as you can see at the moment, it's just being propped in there at the moment, but there will be a catch on the side here. I'll put a catch on the side here somewhere to locate that, to stop them from dropping down and banging me on the head. But the star of the show, there she is, 16 3.2 to 3.7 volt iron lithium battery cells. If you come down and have a look at them, I've got a packing polystyrene type thing, which will take up any expansion in the cells when they charge, because what happens is when you're charging them, these cells are going to swell. So what we do is I've got 18, 19, 20 odd, no, what's that, 30 millimeters of ply here. There's 2 holes drilled here and here, and the threaded rod comes through there, through this part here. 2 holes here, so the threaded rod goes through there, and then I compress them. I think you can see, no, threaded rod, yeah, you can see the bars in behind there. That's where the threaded bars go through. There's a piece of plastic water pipe protecting the batteries so that it doesn't scratch the side of the batteries, and make sure they're good. Which is an offcut of one of them here. That goes through like that. Threaded rod goes through that all the way through, and then they get clamped up. I'm not sure how much. I think it's about 2 newtons, something like that. But you just need to not too much. We're not trying to compress them with the bolts. We're just trying to hold them in place. And then when they're charging, they can't expand. And if they do need to expand, these blocks of foam compensate for it. Okay, so the whole thing with iron lithium batteries it's not trying to stop them from expanding. You want to just control them from expanding. Okay, so that's that. I'll go and get a buzz bar. Let's go and have a look for a buzz bar, and we can show you how they go on. Right, so here's a buzz bar. So what's going to happen is That one is going to get bolted onto there like that, just like that. That there, and then we'll have another one then, so that's negative to positive, and then we'll have a negative to positive there, and a negative. I'm going to get some more buzz bars just so you get the idea of what's happening here. It's a bit daunting, a 48 volt battery. It can kill you, so you don't really want to go messing about if you're not sure about it. But to be absolutely honest, it's not. Right, that goes on there, and then we've got another one that goes on there, then that one goes on there like that, and this one goes on there like that. Get the idea? And then that one goes on there like that, just like that, and that's a 24 volt battery at the moment. That would be a 24 volt battery. So we've got positive there, no, negative there. Where am I to? I've got another buzz bar to put in there. I've got to put another buzz bar in there, and that gives me a negative there and a positive there. That's a 24 volt battery. But what we're going to do is we're going to join these two 24 volt batteries together with a buzz bar crossing here. So that'll be negative to positive, and then we'll go negative to positive, negative to positive, negative to positive, negative to positive, right the way through. And only two that will be open left open then will be this one and this one, which is the battery, 48 volt battery, positive, negative. And when that happens, it becomes a 48 volt battery. You don't want to be touching that at all, because that is going to blow your air out. Okay, but that's in 48. There's one 48 volt battery here, and there's another 48 volt battery that's going to be set up in there. So there's two 48 volt batteries here. And then if I want to, I'm going to put a shelf in here and maybe put a third 48 volt battery in there as well, depending on how the system runs, because I'm as new at this as you may be. So that's basically what we're going for. Once this battery's been built, I've got to top balance all these batteries, which I'll go through that with you. It's going to be boxed in all the way around with a lid on it, and there's going to be a ventilation system here on the side of the box in here, coming in here, and that goes up, and it will be taking out the gunnel, or I may take it that way and do the two battery boxes in together. But that's going to be sealed. Yeah, that's right. That's going to be sealed here, across here. It's a complete sealed box, both batteries. And then the ventilation will go up and out the side of the gunnel, just vent off any gases if there may be any. So that's basically it. So that's what we're doing. So I need to now shoot out and get some M8 threaded rods and get those in place. So I'm going to let you go for a minute, and we'll okay guys, iron lithium batteries. This is the first 48 volt iron lithium 280 amp hour battery pack I got. 16 cells, 3.2 volt nominal voltage. That's what they come at from the supplier, because it's dangerous to ship them fully charged. So they ship them at the lowest voltage that the batteries will withstand. So what we need to do is boost that charge up to somewhere around 3.5, 3.6. They've got the 3.6.7, I think it is. So yeah, up around the 3.6 to 7 mark as individual cells. So as you can see, I've got them all paralleled up with the buzz bars that I'm using, the brass copper buzz bars. I've tapped the center of the buzz bar, so I can get all my balance the leads on. So so that's working. The charger's set at, you can't go by the readings on the actual charger, because you set the charger to 365 and for some bizarre reason it drops down to 345. But as it charges, that figure comes up, and when it hits 365 it stops charging. So that's how it works. Banging in 1.6 amp, sorry, 16.3 amps. That's a 80 amp charger, so shouldn't take too long, couple of days maybe, not really sure. 280 amp hours, so it's a fair old whack of batteries. So anyway, that's it. I number all my cells, so as soon as I get them, I'll check the voltages and put a sticker on saying what it is. That's battery A, number 1, battery A, number 2, battery A, number 3, and so on. The other battery that's still in boxes at the back there, another 48 volt, 16 cells, 3.2, 280 amp hour. They're resting there at the moment, and that's battery B, obviously. That's where the other battery is going to sit in there. So that gives me 2 lots then. I've mounted all the getting ready to start mounting all the electrical bits and pieces on it. This is where the battery management system's going to sit. I've got 2 battery management systems. One's going to be here, one's going to be here, and this is for the displays. There's one display here and one display there, which will show through 2 holes in the steps. So I'll get on with fitting that and show you what that's like when I fitted it, and we'll go from there. But like I say, I just thought I'd give just a quick view of balancing those top balancing these cells up. They're compressed in a well, not actually compressed, they're just held, lightly held between 4 threaded rods and 2 pieces of 18mm ply. Now that's just to stop them from expanding when you're charging, because they will expand when they're charged, and if they're let loose they will expand at different rates, and they'll all bulge and all sorts. So by not compressing them, I'm not saying compress the batteries, just nick them up to about, I don't know, 1 Newton-pound, the lowest you can get, 1 Newton-pound on each thread, and then charge them and then top balance them like that, and that keeps them restrained from swelling, so which does them good. Also, if you look closely, I've got a thin, I think it's a 1mm foam sheet in between them, and the 3mm foam sheet in the middle, just to protect them against any if there's any bits of grit or anything like that that happens to get onto the side of the battery or anything like that. It's not going to pierce into the battery beside it. It's going to protect it, because you've got that 1mm foam there that will stop it from the 2 batteries from connecting. So that's the idea. Anyway, there you go. We'll have another look when I've fitted the battery management system and the displays for the batteries. As soon as these are top balanced, I should convert them into 48 volt batteries, and then they'll be connected to the go watt inverter there. So that's all ready to go. As you can see, my batteries are at the bow of the boat, not the bow, the stern, sorry, at the stern of the boat, and they're under the steps they're out of the way, so they're not taking up any room. I can get four sets of 48 volt batteries in there if I want to, so that's what we're planning for. 2 sets are going to do me okay for to start with, and then we'll see how we go if we put an electric motor onto the engine. So see how it goes. Right. Right then, guys, here we are at the drill press. I've prepared the the buzz bars for drilling. Just basically a couple of nuts and bolts through the holes, clamp half the buzz bars together, because you get away with drilling half the buzz bars. Just a matter of drilling a hole in the centre of the buzz bars there. So let's set our drills in. There we go, simple as that. Using a drill press keeps it all at 90 degrees. The two bolts are sat on the floor, so that's flat there. Drills a hole right through at 90 degrees, and that's what you want. You don't want your nuts or screws off on angles, because if you do that, what's going to happen is your nuts, your screws not going to sit down nice and flat on top of that balancer lead. Okay, so that's it. Right. Let's get back to the workbench. Well then guys, when I say workbench, I mean it's a newly fitted kitchen I've fitted in. So I'm using this as a workbench. I've got my workshop's back where the drill press is, that's coming on. But I need to get me lithium batteries set up, get my iron lithium batteries set up. Right, it's just a matter now, they've all been drilled, is tapping them. This is the tapping method I'm using. Right, so what we got, I've already done a load here. One there that's been done. It's an M3 tap on a ratchet fitting, just like that. Ratchet in, ratchet out. And I suggest you don't try and do it fast. You just a matter of starting the tap off, just like that. You can just feel it biting now. As it bites, because it's only 2 millimeters thick, there aren't any through. Okay, that's it. Then just a matter of spinning them off, taking a nut or a bolt, and just screwing them in there just to make sure he's okay. That's all good. Checking with the finished ones. Same again. Whoop. Try and keep them as straight as you can. There, he's biting there now. There, he just broke through there. That's him. Get the screw. Yep. So that's basically it. Right, I'm sure you don't want to watch me do all the rest of these, so I'll stop you off there and we'll go and have a look at the batteries, shall we? Right, we've got that one running now. So we've got both cameras on the go. Good. Right, and here we go. What we need to do is that one's there like that. That's basically, I've marked all the labels down through. All I need to do is the ones with the writing upside down. I just basically need to whip them out. So I'm going to use a couple of screws, just put in the lid so I don't drop it. So the last thing we want to do is go dropping these one on top of the other. I'm going to pull that one out. I'm going to turn him around. I'm going to drop him back in there. So now we've got positive, negative. Okay, so that's that one good. Undo that one. Put the screws in here. It's a good idea. I bought these with screws. I bought these some time ago, these batteries, but just blow out any crap that's in there. Spin spin him around. I've got a foam center liner and two foams apart, so if there's any bits of dirt gets in or grit gets in, it doesn't damage the battery. It sinks down into the foam. So that's that one. Undo them two. So we've got A1, A2, A3, A4, A5, A6 is being turned now. And as you can see, they're not too bad of batteries because they're just sliding down in place where they came out. Yep, so we've not got massively swollen cells. Come here, you little sod. Right. That's that one. Positive, negative, positive, negative, positive. Negative there. And that's that one. Oh, turn round. Lovely job. So, the next line is this one here. Spun around. And it gets spun around like that. Just dropped into there. 16, 15, 13 gets swapped around. A little bit tighter in the back here because I haven't loosened off those screws. Keep them in line. Yeah, that's them two done. Oops. No, that one's rolled down. That's no good. Take that out. Don't want that rolling over. Do we? No, looks like I'm going to have trouble here. Looks like it's going to be a pain in the ass. I'll have to loosen these here off. I haven't got a bleeding socket for it. It's always a pain in the bum. Always a pain in the ass. Right, try this then. That one's loosed off. That one is loosened off. Now then, stop being a pain. Yep, that's got him. That's better. Right. That's the trouble with a narrowboat. You're always in a little confined space, aren't you? All your tools are always stacked one on top of the other because you can't lay it out like you've got a workshop, can you? You know? always something ready for you to kneel on or stick your leg in or something, and always something ready to jam you up. Turn this one over. At least there's no chance that a load of lead or a load of acid's going to come out and burn you on them. They are quite nicely. I'm going to have trouble with this one by the looks of it as well. He's going down. Just a little bit tight there. Well, not tight there. There. He's gone down in. Just give him a wriggle. Get that plastic down properly. We don't want that sticking out the top, do we? That's better. Let's got him in. That's that one. Just the last one and we're on. You don't help when you got a couple of busted fingers either. Right, nice and lined up. There they are. So there we got them ready to go into a 48-volt battery. Okay. So what we'll do is we'll take those off. Now we need to re-bolt these back up again. Make sure we got them nice and flush. That's good there. I'm going to tighten this one back up to where he was and just basically clamping onto that one. Yeah, that's him. Bottom one's the same. And all I'm going to do is tighten these up until we can't move that board up and down anymore. That's good there. That's him there. Do us there. Now I'll check them with a torque wrench. Try and get the torque wrench out. That's all we need. It's just enough to. It's in there. Can't move that board. Yep. Board's sitting nicely there. I can still slide the board about a little bit, but that's good. When they start getting rapidly discharged or charged, that's just going to stop them from shooting out. That's the whole idea of it. That's all it's there for. Is to stop them from expanding. Blow all the crap off the top. Yeah, that all feels good. Right, next job. Buzz bars. Yep, so we need to go. Let's start with 1 and 2. 1 and 2, positive to negative. Okay. 3 and 4. So that's positive to negative. That's 2 to 3, I mean. 3 to 4, positive to negative. Yep, that's how we go. So at the moment there we've got a 12-volt battery. Okay. I'll get my screws, start putting them in. Basically a machine set screw and a big stainless steel washer. And the washer's just there. There's nothing more than clamps that bar to the top of the battery. Yep. They are copper buzz bars, 2mm thick copper buzz bars. link bar. That's that one. So we go one here. The reason why I'm missing out of this one is because I prefer to work with a 12 volt battery. The 12 volt battery goes wrong. If I drop something on top of there or something like that, something stupid happens, then it's just going to be a 12 volt battery, not a 24 volt battery, and definitely not a 48 volt battery. You want to go anywhere near a 48 volt battery until you're absolutely sure everything's spot on. Then link it up and get your 48 volt battery. But definitely don't go playing with a 48 volt battery right away, because as soon as you've got a 48 volt battery, you need to close the lid and say that's it. Live there on your own. Because with that kind of voltage and the ampage that these will give out, when these will let go 6,000 amp, no problem at all, straight away. You really don't want to be standing about when that happens. Yep. So that's that one. And there's another 48 volt battery. Or another 12 volt battery. Yep. This is all that's happening inside of your 12 volt battery. You have 2 or 3 cells, lead plates, and then they're joined obviously inside the battery, like this basically. So it's the iron lithium batteries. There's nothing new about the way the battery's made up. The only thing new about it is the material that they're using, the chemistry they call it, isn't it? It's the chemistry. Right, here we go. Coming across there. We go positive to negative there. I can understand people going for ready-made batteries now. They're coming in at a good price. At one time DIY batteries were a good price. A lot of people went for them because of the price. But I must admit, my draw to the DIY battery is what am I doing? That's wrong. Less yapping, more looking what I'm doing, I think. That's that one there. Yeah, what draws me to them is the fact that if this battery goes wrong and a cell goes down, or my battery management system tells me that there's a problem occurring with the cells, I can whip cell A4 out and replace it quite easily. I can replace that for now 160 quid for one cell. And then all I have to do is balance it up to the correct voltage, and away I go. With a battery, ready-made battery, you're going to find problems with that. One, as soon as you open the box, you're going to avoid the guarantee on the battery. If you contact the company that sold you the battery box, 9 times out of 10 they're only the sellers, they're not the manufacturers. You've got all that problem. So I just prefer to be in charge of my own